record. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming to class today. We're going to be playing with some heart openers, which are also known as backbends, or can be. I won't say all of them. And so we're going to take it nice and easy. We're going to start on our backs, and then we're going to get up and we're going to go back to our backs right away. So you're going to need a couple of blocks, but not just yet. I would take your blanket and just spread it out a little bit so that your back body has a little cushion, and you don't have to go this big if you don't want, but just something so that your back body has a little bit of cushion, a little more cushion underneath it. And maybe your strap nearby, and come on down to your backs. Which is a dangerous proposition this morning. And go ahead and keep your knees bent for now, and just feet placed on the floor on your blanket, maybe rock a little bit side to side. Start to tap into your breath, and then allow your hips, your pelvis to come back to center. Feel your entire spine. Ideally, that blanket can either be under your head, but ideally at least under the shoulders and down through the sacrum, so that you have that full torso covered. And notice how you feel here. Start to tap into the breath, letting a nice big exhale go out. Good. One more right here. Inhale. And exhale. And then straighten just the right leg to the floor, just the right leg. And take the left arm into cactus position out to the side. So from your left shoulder to your left elbow, making a pretty straight line. And then the elbow is bent and your hand lines up with that elbow, heading toward the top end of your mat. And just pause here. So right leg, left arm, just kind of get a sense of this line that crosses the right to the left or the left to the right. Not doing anything else. Keep your jaw nice and soft. And then gently press the whole left side shoulder, arm, hand, and your right foot into the ground. Gently here, but press down. So the right leg isn't going to make a ton of contact, but the right heel and maybe engaging the right glute. And press down, not a whole bunch of tension here, but feel the back of your body. Good. Keep pressing, everybody. Keep breathing. And then let go of that whole press. Release your left arm back down to the side. Bend your right knee. Let that foot come back to the floor. And switch sides. Your left leg straight. The right arm to cactus pose. And don't press anything yet. Just see if you can feel any connection, the left hip to the right shoulder. See if there's any line drawn there for your body, if there's any tenderness or tightness. And then engage the left side glute, press the left heel, press the right shoulder, arm, even the back of the hand. Try not to do the left side. I was just starting to engage my left arm. Good. Keep the left side really soft. Press into that right side, upper body, left side, lower body. Big deep breath, everybody. Good. Keep pressing, keep pressing. And exhale, let go. Whew. Good. Straighten both arms, both legs. Just shake it out. And then come to both sides. So both arms in cactus. Notice just putting the arms into cactus might raise the chest a little bit, right? The ribs come forward. Engage both glutes, press into both heels. The back of my knees are off the ground. I'm pressing into both arms. I'm pressing gently into the back of my head and engaging the back body. Good. Keep the press going. Keep the squeeze. Don't overdo it, but feel everything you can contacting the ground underneath you. Good. One more big deep breath, everyone. Exhale it out and let go of that press. Shake it out. Let go of the arms. Bend your legs. Um, Strap or no strap, that I'm going to leave up to you. We're going to take the right leg up to the ceiling. If your hamstrings are really tight, use your strap, please. Or if it's okay and that leg is comfortable being straight up and straightish, don't use the strap here. So feel the right foot as if it were pressing on the ceiling. Straighten the left leg and engage that left side. Whew, right. So right here, there's a whole bunch of work going on as we start to tone up through the psoas, through the hip flexor on the right, stretching the psoas on the left, feeling this nice deep stretch. Take both arms out to T position. So the arms are straight out from your shoulders. The palms are facing up. Press the arms into the floor, press the left leg into the floor, squeeze the left glute, keep the right leg up toward the ceiling, lift the left leg just a couple of inches, core work. Find your breath, everybody. Woo, breathe, breathe, breathe. Keep pressing the back of the arms. Watch the chin. Try not to over raise that chin. Release the press of the upper body. Take the left leg up to the ceiling. Both legs up, both arms down, press into the floor with your upper body. Breathe. Release the press. Lower the right leg all the way to the floor. If you're using a strap, take the strap around the left foot. Find your breath. Press into the upper back, upper body. So think about what we do all day long. I talk about this rounding of the shoulders so much, right? So we are using the back body muscles to try to reverse some of those forward curves. Flex your left foot, press your arms in, lift your right foot a little bit. Try not to raise your chin. Woo, breathe, squeeze, press. Take the right leg up. Woo. Bend both knees, release your arms, wrap your hands around your knees, and shake it out. And then roll over to one side. You're going to come on up, but just for a second here. We're still working with this back body. So I want you to grab both of your blocks. And you're going to take one at the low level and one at the medium level, and you're going to lay over top of this. So this lower block, you want it to sit right around the shoulder blades. For me, it's just a little below the shoulder blades. And then the top part of that block is sitting just kind of at the lower end of the shoulder blades. My head is super comfortable on the block. It's nice and steady, nice and sturdy. Feet are on the floor for now, knees are bent, and take the arms out to T position. So think about poses like a bridge pose, where the chest rises up to the ceiling, the feet are on the floor, right? The chest is open, and breathe. Notice if you're feeling a low back issue at all. And if you are, I want you to lift your hips and really tuck the pelvis and then lower down again. That'll soften that. If the block is excruciating behind your back, just change it out. You can take it out completely or roll up your blanket. Excuse me. And notice this, right? So notice how this feels. Want you to squeeze the shoulder blades around that lower block a little bit. And then straighten one leg, straighten the other leg. Feel this opening of the chest. Maybe change the position of the arms. Maybe take them up just a little bit. Watch the chin, right? The chin might raise up a little bit, but try not to hike it up toward the ceiling. Press the shoulders back, opening up this chest here, everyone. Big deep breath, big deep breath. And then just release, let those arms relax down at your sides. And then reach for that block that's behind your head. Carefully turn it so that it is lower. Now, that's not going to be for everybody. If you feel like your head is dropping way too much and there's too much curve in your neck, stay with that second level. But otherwise, we're lowering that block so both blocks are even. The hands are going to come down beside you and the thumbs are going to tuck underneath your hips. The thumbs are tucking underneath your glutes. So we're going to play with a modified version of fish pose, which we don't do very often. It is a back bend. I want you to think about pressing the forearms into the floor and then press even more and see if you can wrap the shoulders down toward the floor a little bit more. Engage the legs, but keep them on the floor. One, you're here, that chest is rising up. It's very subtle here. Two, you're going to keep pressing into the elbows and you're going to see if you can move to the top part of your head, the top, a little bit closer to the top part. The head stays on the block and maybe you lift off of the block that's between the shoulder blades. Fish pose, everybody, all right? Already back bending here. And then just let your head slide back on the block. Release your arms, take them out to T position. Maybe take the arms overhead for a moment, palms face up. Big deep breath. Good. Release one more time. The hands go underneath the glutes or maybe even lower, right? My thumbs are kind of right down at the bottom end of my glute muscles or where my thighs, the back of the thighs start. The elbow to hand presses into the floor. And right here, we can start to lift that chest. You don't have to move your head, neck at all. If you want, allow the head to slide so you're closer to the top. The elbows press in, the chest raises. Watch for any dizziness here. Breathe, right? Feel that upper back. And then slowly lower it down. Whew. Release your hands, bend your knees. Listen up. You're going to take your hands behind your head, lift your head, and curl your torso up around that bottom block. That's all you're doing is squeezing your cute little bellies in, right? Doing some core work here. Keep that, your head fully supported, straighten the left leg and bring the left knee to the right elbow. And then straighten. Just 5 of these, just a little warm up. 2 and 3, the block is supporting your back. 4 and 5, good. Switch sides, straighten the right leg and switch. 1 and 2, yep. And 3 and 4 and 5. Good job, everybody. I want you to bend both knees. Don't try to touch your elbows. Just squeeze up so that you're looking at your knees. Your legs are in a 90-degree angle. You're sitting on your sacrum and on the block. Woo! Breathe, everybody. You can reach the arms if your head and neck are okay. Again, support that head if your neck is challenged. And then take your hands right behind your thighs and push off that block to come on up. Good. Let's move those blocks out of the way. Love core work. Just love it. I want you to love it too. Good. Sit well, whatever that means for you. And you can sit up on block if you would like. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, one hand down, the other one over. Inhale, reach up. Exhale the other side, just stretch. Inhale up, take both hands in front of you, pull the shoulders back. And I want you to feel that sensation, right? If you were to move, reach your arms really far forward and you feel this contraction of the chest, I want you to pull the shoulder blades back and feel how this widens the collarbones. Hold that, take the arms out, turn the palms down, reach behind you, keep that big open collarbone area, and then interlace the hands and reach the arms back. Now, I'm not lifting my arms, I'm actually pressing them back toward the floor behind me. Good. Lift the head, press that head back into space. Find your breath. And release it nice and slow. Take them forward, pull them back again. This time, take the arms up. Whew. There is a difference, and sometimes it's really subtle for people. We don't notice that we're rounding. Breathe. Good. Take the arms out. We got one more. Turn the palms forward. I want you to roll the shoulders back in space and then press the hands back. Whew. Easy here to pull that chin forward. So instead, pull the chest up and release it. Whew, shake it out. My goodness. All right, let's come on up, everybody. Now you can take that blanket and fold it once or twice, whatever your normal is, and have it underneath the knees. It's a lovely day here. I hope it's a lovely day where you are. I sounded like Mr. Rogers there. Have a lovely day. How is it in your neighborhood? I like you just the way you are. All right, shake it out, everybody. Press the right leg back. Tone the belly in. Lift that leg. Take the left arm out. We're going right for balancing table. You know, for you, you can keep that hand down if that makes more sense. Use your breath, everyone. You've got this. Breathe. Now, think about the back body. I want you to engage that left shoulder, left arm, actually pulling it back in space a little bit here. Find your breath. Now, drop the right foot. So you're back on those toes. Take the left arm out, turn the palm down. Pull the shoulder in and turn to come into twist. Breathe. Nice. Exhale, hand down to the floor. Good job, everybody. So again, when we're here, right, we want to pull that shoulder in and then open up. So that was kind of a short way of doing that. Take the left leg back. Tone in. You can tell I got a lot going on in my brain this morning of trying to keep a certain thing going. Take the left leg out, squeeze that glute, tone the belly, reach the right arm out, balancing table. Find your breath, keep that tone, and then think of the back body. What can you engage in the back body to make this pose a little bit stronger? Lower the left foot. Take the right hand out to the side. Pull the shoulder in. So you're already moving to a twist just by doing that. And then take the right arm up. You're looking over the right side. Deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Hand down, bring that knee back. Go back to the right side. Lift the leg, tone the belly, left arm out. Breathe. Good. Choice here. 1, the toes go down. 2, the toes stay up. Turn that hand, that left hand out to the side. See if you can lift any amount. Yeah, funky little balance pose here. Breathe. And down. Release, shake it out. Good. Other side, left side. Tone it in, everybody. Lift the leg. Right arm out, balancing table. 1, you're right here. 2, you're going to lower the left toes just to keep that balance a little less challenged. 3, the leg stays up, the arm goes out to the side. We pull it in and we lift it any amount. Whoo, and breathe. Exhale down. That's a tricky one. And go ahead and sit back a little. Child's pose here, a little breather, shake out the back and the hips. Come on up. We're almost done with this little series here. Press your left leg back, tone in through the belly, lift the leg. We've been here already. Take the right arm out. Find your breath. Balancing table, so good for the back body, so good for your core. Lower the right hand, turn the toes of the left foot out to the side and slide that leg across the table. Yep, drop that foot. Good, think gate pose. Keep your right hand on the mat, take the left arm up. Little bit of a twist. Find your breath. Make sure you're not just dumping into that hand. Pull out of the shoulder. Breathe. Take that hand down. Walk your hands up. Come into gate pose. Yep. Inhale it up, everybody. Exhale, left hand slides down the left leg. Breathe. Inhale it up. Take your right hand to your right outer hip. Press into the hip to take that arm over. Keep that integrity there. Take it up. Exhale, hands down. Walk it out. Lift the leg. Woo, take it across. Lower that down. Shake it out. Maybe stretch back. We got one more. Last one on this one. Press the right leg back. Tone in through the belly. Lift the leg. Reach out through the left arm. Find balancing table. Notice, is it stronger? Is it wobblier? Have you had quite enough? A balancing table. Breathe, lower the left hand. Turn the toes out on the right and slide it across, dropping that foot down, checking the left knee, making sure that left knee is right below the left hip. Your right arm goes up, the left hand stays down. We press out of that left hand to feel that integrity at the back body. Good, breathe, everybody. Lower that hand down. Walk the hands in. Let's find gate pose. Lifting up, right? Even in gate pose, I don't talk about it a lot. Seems like, it'd be pretty simple to think about, but what's going on with this outer hip? Can we press that hip in, engage that glute, and then inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, right hand slides down the right leg. Now feel the stretch on the left side, belly is toned. Breathe. Inhale, both arms up. The left hand goes to that outer hip and presses in as you reach over on the right side. Big deep breath. Inhale, take them both up. Exhale, both down. Walk it out. Walk it out to lift that leg. Take that leg back. Drop it down. Walk your knees to the bottom end of your blanket. Walk your hands forward and let's come to puppy stretch. So again, when we're looking at heart openers and back bends, right? We're working especially in this upper back. Now in puppy stretch, usually your forehead's kind of resting on the floor. Your chest is moving toward the floor. Your knees and your hips are relatively straight up and down, right? Now engage the upper back just a little bit by drawing the elbows toward each other, just a little. And then push into the hands to lift your torso up. Bring those hands back to center. Flip your toes under and let's find downward facing dog. Start to pedal it out. Ooh, back of the legs, stretching those babies out. Inhale to tippy toes. Exhale, almost lower the knees all the way. Woo. Again, a little core work, upper body work. Feel the shoulders and imagine if that heart were to sink through and then press back out again. If this is super hard, just lower the knees. So sink down a little, but then press out. One more. Sink, press out, down dog. Good job, everybody. That's a tough one. Widen the feet. Walk your hands back on purpose. You can move your blanket to the side. Ooh, pause in a forward fold. Bend both knees, hands to knees, lift from your chest. Don't round, lift all the way up. Ooh, and roll it out and just see, how does that back body feel already? It's amazing to me. I was reading an article this morning and it was talking about sitting, computing, phone, and how everything is doing kind of this motion of crunching into the middle. So we wonder why we see, especially older people, walking like this. Their bellies, their bodies are so tight in the front, and we want to reverse that. So inhale, reach up. Stay in a nice tall mountain pose. Take the arms out. Engage the shoulder blades. Imagine there's a block there. And then press the hands back, but keep the chest lifted. Press the hands back. Keep the chest lifted. Keep the head in alignment. Good. One more. Press back. Turn the palms down. Reach them behind. Squeeze those arms on purpose back. And then interlace the hands to open up the chest. If your chest is really tight, if the muscles of the chest are really tight, this can be a really tough pose. So the hands are behind you, and I just want to see if you can bend the elbows and then lower them back down without letting the shoulders run or roll forward. Lift up and down. Good. Lift up and down. One more right here. Lift up, squeeze, and down. Let go of those hands and shake it out. Good job, everybody. And come on up to the front of your mat. You can have your blocks on either side of your mat. We're going to use them. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, nice forward fold. Breathe. Soften the knees. I'm going to lower my blocks to the lower level just for stability. You can take your hands to your block, step back with your right leg. Find the lunge. Knee up or knee down, you know who you are, right? For some, this is a much better option. Or knee up. If the knee is up, find your stability. Take your hands to your knee and start to lift the chest. So here we are again. Take one hand to your chest, one hand to your tailbone. Lengthen those two things. And when you lengthen the sacrum tailbone down, I want you to bend the knee, back knee. Woo, right? So feel that. Now, if you're already on the knee, you're going to take the torso back a little bit. So with the bent knee, the bent back knee, the psoas gets a little break. The torso gets taller. Inhale, take the arms up. If this is too much, you know what to do. Just take that knee down. Good. Reach behind you. Interlace, press it back. Fire up the legs, everybody. We're getting stronger every single day. Breathe. Now, keep that same lift of the chest. Take the arms up. See if you can interlace the hands. Good, good, good. Take it down, everybody. All the way, all the way. Woo, that's a whole bunch. If your blocks are low, press your hands in and step back down dog, or move the blocks out of the way. Usually if the blocks are low, they're stable, they won't slip. Breathe. Keep your hands on your blocks, come to plank. Find your breath. Tone the belly. Fire up that upper body. Breathe. Downward facing dog. And then look through your blocks to step forward left leg. Breathe. Step forward right leg. Bend both knees. Inhale all the way up. And exhale your heart. And shake it out. So when we lift up, whether we're in lunge or coming back from a forward fold, I really want you to think of how wide, how big you can go here to keep this motion happening. Okay, so think about that the next time. All right, here we go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Find that forward fold, lengthening through the whole body. Bend the knees, step back, left leg. So here we are again. If you want to lower that left knee, please do. Trust your body every single time. Otherwise, we're engaging those legs, squeezing through the glutes, taking those hands to your knee, and lift up your torso. Good. So notice, right, a lot of times if this area, if this hip flexors are tight, your torso is going to be pitched forward. It's one of the things. So I want you to take one hand to chest, one hand to tailbone or sacrum. And as you bring that sacrum, almost like you're bringing it forward, the back knee bends and the torso lifts. And you squeeze your cute little glute to engage. Inhale, take the arms up. Whole lot of talking going on. Exhale, big, wide, wide, wide arms. Take them down, purposefully interlace. In fact, let's interlace the other side, the other way, because I've been doing that same way the whole time. Lift your chest. Tone the belly. Find your focus. Big, deep breath, everybody. And then slowly, on purpose, like you've got big wings, right? I think of like a peacock spreading his beautiful big tail, and see if you can find that kind of fanning out of the arms. Good, release, super slow, super slow. Take it down to your mat. Whew. Push off and step forward. Bend both knees and inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale your hands down. Inhale, take them up. Exhale, float it down. Soften the knees and step back with your right foot. Same thing here. If you would like, please go ahead and take the right knee down. We're going to repeat what we just did. We're going to add a little bit to that. So when you're ready, hands come to knee. We're going to think about lifting the chest. We're going to think about dropping the tailbone, maybe bending the back knee, which is harder for me. I don't know if it is for you. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, float it behind. When you take those arms behind, it makes that balance that much more challenging. Press the hands down to lift the chest. Breathe. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slowly take those hands down to your blocks. You're going to leave the right hand on the block and take the left arm up. Now think about that. In fact, let's take the left hand out to the side, right out to from the shoulder. And then pull that shoulder in and lift that arm back up. Yeah, to open that chest even more. Use your breath. Exhale, slowly take that hand down. Step back, down dog. Whew. Find your breath, everybody. You know you can always take a little break. Plank pose. Big deep breath here, really big deep breath. Where do you feel the strength in your arms, in your shoulders, in your core? Down dog, everyone. Right leg steps forward. We're going to go right to this side. So first find your pose. Lower the knee if that's appropriate. Hands come to your knee. Think about it as the chest lifts, the sacrum tucks, the back knee bends, the back glute engages. Inhale it up. Exhale, big and wide, big and wide. Turn those arms on purpose. Reach behind, maybe interlace the other way just to change it up a little bit. Breathe, maybe lift the chest a little. Nice, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, slowly take it down. Leave the left hand on your block. Take the right arm out from the shoulder. Pull that shoulder in, then raise the arm up. Find that twist. You got it. Let that hand come down. Listen up. You're going to step back again. Breathe. Come on to plank. I know you love plank. This is your favorite pose in the whole world. Lower the knees, everybody. Pull the elbows in. Lower down just a little. And then push back up again. Just lower a little. And push up. Just one more. Lower a little. And push up. And then come on back, child's pose. Your hands can stay on your blocks or they can come to the floor. Find a breath. That's it. And then press yourself back up. Come back to plank just for a second. This is our transition to downward facing dog. Right foot forward. Watch your blocks. Left foot forward. Bend your knees and come on up. And exhale, let go. And shake it out. You hear me talk about that wingspan all the time, right? It's like this kind of beautiful opening of the chest so that we resist this urge to round. All right, so you're going to take your blocks up to the highest levels, right up at the front of your mat. And we're going to explore a pose that we do all the time, but we don't really break down, and that's extended side angle. It's always been a mystery why it's called that, but that's what it's called. So right foot forward, left foot back. This is normally, so the same stance for triangle, the same stance for warrior two, the same stance for extended side angle. And I want you to bend your front knee. And then grab your block and just take that right side block to the outside of your ankle. You may or may not use that. And then take a look at your whole pose. Because if the foundation is not solid, right, talk about metaphors, the whole pose is going to get a little wonky. So the first thing I want you to do, and I'm going to turn around just for a second for this. The first thing you want to do is this hip, see if you can draw it back. The way I was taught, or at least one of the teachers said, if you could take your right sit bone and pull it toward your left inner thigh. What happens here is you don't want the hips to go sideways. You want them even, but you want this foot, knee, hip bone to line up. So this glute wraps under, if that makes sense to you. Like I really want you to get that. Can you hear the passion here? So take your right hand to your right hip crease so that your thumb is in the front and your fingers are wrapped around. And then pull it forward and you see what happens. The knee curls in, everything curls in, the inner ankle collapses. I want you to take that same thing and pull it back. Then tone the belly in. Yeah. And then fire up the feet like you feel strong. We're going to take the forearm to the thigh and we're going to pause here. Because again, we don't break this pose down a whole bunch. So push into your back leg and make that that whole leg super strong. Your front knee to your front ankle, your palm is face up, and then draw the belly in. Take your top hand to your outside ribs and pull the ribs into that hand a little bit. Yeah, there you go. And then take that same arm and extend it overhead and breathe. Notice if the front knee collapses in. Notice if your pose feels less stable. Good. Pull yourself all the way back up. It's just a warrior two. This time, either your forearm or you're going to go for that outside block. Same thing. The chest opens up, the arm goes up, and then the arm can go up and overhead. So it's the outside block, outside ankle. Breathe. The front knee bends. The whole body extends. And then imagine that arm, that upper arm, is pressing into something behind you. Just a little bit, just that engagement. And then push yourself back up and let go. Good. Heel toe in and shake it out. So what do we feel there? What do we notice there, right? All this kind of stuff happening with the back body, if that's where our focus goes. So let's switch sides. I love extended side angle. It's, I like that whole line of triangle warrior and extended. But if we don't find the foundation, the rest of the pose cannot feel very good, I think. Once we get this, we're like, yes, now. Like you should come into this pose, no matter where you are, and feel strong. Like this is the pose right here. The arms are the icing, right? What we do here is the icing. This is the foundation of that pose. Okay. Remember this left knee. Another way to think about it is there's a little block or a little wall to the outside of the knee. And that knee is just pressing on that wall a little bit. So maybe that C clamp, right? Thumb forward, rolling that back, but then the whole torso comes up. Your elbow comes to your forearm comes to your thigh. Your other hand goes to these ribs. And the ribs pull away from the thigh a little bit. The belly tones in, the arm goes overhead. Good, breathe everybody. How is your pose? How does it feel in your body? Can you find your breath? Push off, come on up, just a little warrior two. It should feel pretty much the same. And then same thing, either forearm or reach for the block. So this pose traditionally taught your hands on the floor. It is so deep. It's never been for my body to take my hand all the way to the floor. Can always go lower, but you should always feel stable. Big deep breath. Good, push off, come on up. Whew. And straighten, and then heel toe in and shake it all out. Grab that block, take it between the legs, give the legs a good squeeze. So a lot of that, right? Split leg stuff, it pulls on those hips, the sacrum, the SI joints a little bit. So this helps us bring it all back, hopefully, back to center. All right, take that out. Just set it down for now. And let's find chair pose. So feet are roughly hips width apart. We're digging those hip flexors in to bend the knees. So come on down low and take your hands just to your knees. And if we're doing this, and I'll turn sideways again, I'm just going to kind of consider, right now my shoulders are hiked up into my ears. They're even rolling forward a little bit. I'm thinking about it. I'm letting the tailbone feel heavy. And then tuck in the low belly a little. So the sacrum and the low back got long. One hand to sacrum, one hand to chest. Same thing, lift the chest and lengthen the tailbone. Find that first. sink into the feet. I'm heavier in the heels. I could lift my toes. Breathe. And then keep the hand on the chest. Take the other one out. I want you to do that same thing we've been doing. It's a slow turn back. Hold. Reach the other one forward. Take it out. It's a slow turn back. See if you can interlace and feel the chest lift. Now, if your low back is giving you grief, come up higher. If your legs are giving you grief, come back higher. I was going to say go lower. No. And then breathe and just feel that. And then bring the head back into space. From here, big wide, 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 wide. Open, open, open. Whew. Hold on to the imaginary beach ball between those hands. Find your breath. Yes, this is a long hold. Yes, you feel your legs. Yes. Stand all the way up. Exhale, let it go. And just shake it out. And feel alive, right? Feel alive. I think sometimes we want to avoid pain or discomfort at all costs. And I think sometimes we can move into some challenge, discomfort as a lesson for other things in life. Just my little theory there. So come on back to the front of your mat. Go ahead and lower the blocks if they're still up high. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, float it down. Soften the knees and step back with your right leg. Been doing this for a while now in classes where we start and we keep something going through class, all through the whole class for muscle memory. So that's what we're playing with. Take your left side block and just take it up to the highest level. And then take both hands to your knee, lift up, open the shoulders, bend the knee. We know what we're doing by now, right? Sacrum long, chest high. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, big wide arms, take it behind. Interlace optionally, lift the chest. Even more challenging, maybe you look up just a little bit. Big open chest. Yep, heart opener, back bend. Release, take it up. Nice and slow. Exhale, float down. Your right hand will stay on your block at any level. The left arm opens up and then lifts up. Fire up the back leg. Yeah, better, better. Breathe. You got this, everybody. Exhale, take that left hand to your left block or your left knee. So we're moving back to extended side angle. If that block was too low, go right to the knee. Turn your back foot to the side position. Find your angle. And then imagine pulling something from the ground up past your chest with your right arm, all the way up to the ceiling or over your ear. Good, good, good. Breathe, everybody. And release. Right hand goes back down to the floor. Take your left hand block, drop it down to the lowest setting. Step back to downward facing dog. Everybody breathing, everybody with me. And plank. Lower the knees. Just one. You're not even going all the way to the blocks. You're just lowering some and then pushing back up. Back to plank. Back to down dog. Right foot forward. Find your position. Make sure your pose is wide enough. Your left knee can always come down, by the way. Hands to knee. Whoops, sorry about that. Take your right side block right outside your right ankle and take it up high. And then lift up, sacrum down, knee bent, all optional. Squeeze and breathe. Good. Big wide arms. Take them down. Take them behind you. Reach those arms back. Maybe lift the chest. Maybe take the gaze just a little bit. Woo! Right? definitely throws the balance. Release the arms, take them up. Exhale, slow swan dive down. Left hand to the block, right arm up. Breathe. Lower the right hand to your block or to your knee, and then turn your back foot. Release the left arm like you're pulling something from the ground all the way up. That's it. Maybe it goes over the ear, maybe it goes up to the ceiling. Breathe. Release, hand down. We got it, everybody. Plant the hands, downward facing dog. Plank pose. Breathe, lower the knees. And child's pose. Thank goodness for that. And just feel your pose. And come on up. So an interesting pose, again, one I haven't done in quite a while, but I want you to just see what you think about it. Um, you have to be on both knees. And so if you would like, in fact, it's not a bad idea, just go ahead and take your blanket and cushion the bottom of your knees. And then you're gonna, it's called rabbit pose. And I usually do it around Easter time for some odd reason. But it's kind of interesting. You take your hands to your heels and then the top of your head, kind of around the hairline to the floor. And breathe. And if that feels okay, you can release the hands and interlace behind your back. Now, if that causes you to put more than just a little bit of weight on your head, then the hands go back. Breathe. See if you can pull the shoulders back. And then if your hands are interlaced, release. Place them beside your head and press up. And then release. I think instead of having you sit back, we're going to come right to our bellies here. And let the blanket be right across the hips. Whew. Good. Just pause here. Just shake out those hips. And breathe. And then a nice strong pelvic tuck so that the glute muscles get active and you're pressing into the pubic bone. The belly moves away from the floor. And then let that go. Good. One more time here. Just lengthen and tuck. Exhale, let it go. And then you're going to do something that's kind of weird. You're going to take one block and your arm's going to go out in cactus pose and you're going to set that block on your forearm to upper arm. And we're going to see if we can keep it there, which is great fun. The rest of your head can be neutral. The pubic bone is tucked down so that you're not arching. And you're just going to see if you can raise your arm with that block on it. And then lower. Doesn't have to lower all the way. And raise. Lower. If the block falls, don't worry about it. And raise. Whoop. Went my block. And lower. One more, raise and hold. And breathe and feel that side of your back shoulder. And then lower down. Whew. It's interesting to me how challenging that can be. All right, we're going to the other side. Again, the block, no block. The block is really there for just a little bit of feedback and a little bit of fun. It may not stay. All right, same thing. It's on your right side. Want you to forget the block. Lift and lower. And lift, squeeze the back. And 3. And lower. This one, just hold. Just hold. Don't over squeeze. Don't over lift. The rest of the torso stays even on the floor. And lower down. Whew. Both arms out in cactus. Don't worry about your little blocks. I've given up on mine. Cactus arms. Your forehead is resting on the floor, or you could even use a block for your forehead if you want to keep your nose off the mat. Here we go. So squeeze both and lower. You can take the head to neutral, lift, lower, lift, yep, lower. This one I want you to squeeze, just hold, lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. It's amazing to me that that is challenging. Big deep breath. Good. Both arms down to your sides, palms are face up. Notice if you do nothing, your shoulders fall to the floor. They can't help it, it's gravity. So pull the shoulders away from the floor and engage your upper back. From here, squeeze between the shoulder blades like you have a block there. And then lift the arms, the palms are face up. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lift the legs optionally. And breathe. So locust pose variation. Leave your left hand where it is. Reach your right arm forward. I have my palm in. Do what feels good. It's either in or down usually. Bring it back. Turn the palm up. Bring the left arm forward. Bring it back. One more, both sides. Hang in there. I know this is tough. Reach the right arm forward. Reach back. Reach the left one forward. And fully release. Let your hands make a pillow for your forehead. Breathe. All right, last one here. Press into your pubic bone. Press into your arms, lift your chest. So I've got my forearms on the floor and I'm just lifting my chest and I'm gonna lift my legs. And breathe. I'm gonna take the hands out to the sides like little spiders and press up a little bit more. Just a little, don't go into the low back. And then I'm gonna launch and both palms back and both palms forward. Breathe. And release, everybody. Ooh. Shake it out. You're gonna want your blocks where you can reach them. So if you did what I did and threw them off kind of to the side, just bring them back into range and roll over to one side. When you've rolled over to one side, I want you to bend your knees. Whichever side you've chosen. So if my if my right leg is at the bottom, let's do it that way. I just want to walk my right shoulder toward the right a little bit more. So I'm actually curling my body forward a little bit. Let me put my little thingy back in, it fell. There we go. From here, I want you to take the left arm up, the top arm up, and then pull it back into its shoulder socket and open up to a twist. Your other hand can be straight out, or it can just stay under your head. And just breathe. Soften down. Relax your jaw. And then release that left arm, come back across so that you're curled up again. Good. Roll to your back and then come on to the other side. One arm is under your head, supporting your head. You're walking that bottom shoulder to that same side, just a little more. So you're in a little curl. And what that does is when you open to twist, it widens the upper back. So there is a reason for the request. And then you're going to take the top arm, lift it up, draw it back into its shoulder, and then open it up on that side. Find your breath. Deep breath. And then release. And come onto your back. Straighten both legs. And tuck your hands under your lower glutes. Press your forearms into the floor. So fish pose again. We're going to engage the lower body. We're going to press into the arms. We're going to let the head slide back on the floor so that we're more to the upper back of our heads than flat. Now, if you feel any dizziness or have any neck issues or have too much weight on your head, you're just going to keep that head more neutral. Big deep breath. And then just slide the head back down so that it is neutral and let those legs go. Let the hands go. Find your breath. Grab one block. Bend your knees, feet to the floor, block under your sacrum. This is a restorative bridge pose, right? So we're not working that hard here. We keep the sacrum on the block, nice and steady. The upper arms and shoulders go to the mat and they press down. I have my fingertips pointing up to the ceiling like little robot arms. So press into the back of the arms and feel your chest lift, but don't worry about the hips. Just leave the hips on the block. And breathe. And then just release the push and you'll feel the chest soften back toward the floor. And then one more time, just push and release. And then optionally, you're going to take your knees toward the chest and reach them up to the ceiling. Coming into an inversion here. Find your breath. Maybe close your eyes. Maybe soften your jaw. Feel your breath, everyone. Bend both knees to your chest. Leave your left knee where it is. Put your right foot on the floor. And then slowly straighten the right leg. Feel the sacrum nice and even. So this is a stretch for those hip flexors. We worked them a lot today. Your left knee is just hanging out kind of up near the chest. You don't have to hold it. The right leg fully relaxed. Feel your breath. Let go of any remaining tension. And then slowly slide your right foot up along the mat until it reaches the knee toward your chest. And switch sides. Left leg down, right knee in. Slowly slide the left leg straight. Doesn't have to be all the way straight. If your hip flexors are super tight, your knee might be more bent. Try to soften all the rest of your body. Maybe the shoulders soften to the floor a little more. And slowly slide your left heel back, both feet to the floor. Lift your hips, take that block out. Lower that, lower the hips back down. Bring both knees to your chest. And then maybe as an option, you take both of your blocks just underneath your thighs. And then straighten the legs over those blocks. Lift your hips, just kind of squeeze your glutes. Your hips will lift naturally. Squeeze just to reset. And let it all come on back down, everybody. And find Shavasana. Allow your legs to fully relax. Allow your shoulders to soften. Maybe close your eyes and just for a moment, feel a sense of gratitude for your practice today, for your willingness to show up, to do your best, to be in this community. Feel your body surrender. There's no more work to be done. Feel your mind surrender to thoughts that just drift by. Feel your heart surrender to all past hurts, to all the love that's out there. Start to wiggle those toes and fingers. If you have the option to stay in Shavasana a little longer, please feel free. Bend the knees, start to bring your knees to your chest. Rock a little side to side. Allow those knees to roll over to one side, curl on over to fetal pose. And then press all the way up. Bring your hands to your hearts. Open hearts, open minds. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. All right. Have a great day, everybody.
Woo-hoo.